Welcome to Investigation 3-1, This is called Finding the Right Soft Drink Recipe. Now, how we're going to begin is today we're going to make a soft drink mix.
What?
A soft drink mix.
Oh.
Unfortunately, I can't remember the recipe for mixing the drink. So our first challenge will be to find out how much powder I should mix with 1,000 milliliters of water to make a good tasting drink. Okay, that's what we're doing. So I'm going to start off and I'm going to put 3 25 milliliters of powder in this container, in container A. So I'm going to put 3. Now, remember, in science, you should never, ever taste anything unless you have been specifically given instructions to do so, correct?
Yeah. Can I taste it?
All right. So I had to go get some more water before we get started. All right, we're going to take 3 scoops, 3 25 milliliter scoops of our soft drink mix. We're going to start with that here. Okay. Then in container 2, we're only going to put 1 25 milliliter scoop of soft drink mix. Now, I'm going to mix it with 1,000 milliliters of water and 1,000 milliliters of water. So they have different amounts of soft drink mix in each container, but they're going to have the exact same amount of water. Okay. Now we're going to observe its color and its taste. So okay, so different amounts of powder, same amount of water. Okay, I think it's mixed up enough. Make sure all the powder is, what's that word? The powder would be what? Dissolved, yes. So, is this soft drink mix a solution?
Yeah.
Is this soft drink mix a mixture?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, so what is the solvent? The solvent. What is the solvent in the solution? The water is the solvent, right? So what is the solute?
It's the
soft drink mix.
Yeah.
Correct? The powder. How could you test to confirm it is a solution? How could we test to see if it was a solution? Jose?
To see if one of
how?
the solid dissolve, like put a solid in the bottle and then put some liquid in it and mix it and see if the solid dissolve.
You're missing the question. The question is, how could you test to confirm It is a solution.
It is a solution because you can't see the solid anymore.
How could you test to see if it's a solution?
You can test.
Okay. Zoe.
You could use a funnel or maybe a screen.
Or what's that other thing? Filter paper, right?
And a vibration.
Yes. So you could filter it. You could filter it to see if it goes back to two separate, right? Yeah. Like use a to see if the water goes back to being transparent. All right. So here's a question for you. Can you think of a solution as a system?
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
Okay. As we work, I want you to think about how you would draw the parts of this system. What parts of this system? What are the parts in this system?
The solute and solvent.
Yeah, the solute and the solvent are the parts, right? The water and the soft drink mix are the two parts of the system, correct? Mm-hmm. All right. So now what I'm going to do is write up our focus question. So as we get started, and you've just watched me mix up our solution, here is the focus question. So of course you have the date written down, March 16th, and now we have our solution. We have our focus question. Are all solutions made with soft drink powder and water the same? So this is our focus question. Are all solutions made with soft drink powder and water the same?
Yes.
So you're writing this down at the top of your page, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So we're testing to see how much soft drink powder I should use in order to make a good tasting drink, correct? Because I wasn't sure, I couldn't remember the recipe, the label's gone. So now I pick it up and I go, oh shoot, how am I gonna make a good tasting solution? All right, everybody have this down? Okay, I'm gonna push that out of the way. So now what I'm gonna do is you have a page like this, soft drink recipes. You have solution 1, 3 spoons of powder in 1,000 milliliters of water, and you have solution 2, 1 spoon of powder and 1,000 milliliters of water. So on your paper, right here in that top box, I want you to just list, like make a bullet list of how are these similar? Okay, how are they similar? Just by looking at it. Just write it down.
Wait, did you pause it?
So the powder did what in both of them?
Change the color.
Okay, it changed the color. Yes. What else, Tristan?
3 spoons of the powder dissolved.
What's that?
Yeah, it dissolved.
What was that word?
Dissolve.
The powder did what in both?
Dissolve.
Dissolved, yes. And it changed the color.
Yeah, the 3 teaspoons changed like dark
And
red.
what else was the same?
I know something, or I think, you put less powder in the right one, it's like lighter.
Okay, but we're thinking about its similarities right now.
Okay.
Okay, so it's similarities. We both use what, Zoe?
It looks like they both have they are both the same level. They both have the same level of liquid. Like
So how much did I use in each one?
1,000 milliliters. Like for example, one is not higher than the other one. They are at the same level.
Yes, they are equal. I use the same. They both have the same amount of water in each, correct?
Yeah.
All right, so now what I'm going to do is I am going to pour you a taster of each. You're going to have a taste of
Yeah. I'm going back to my seat.
1, and you're going to get a taste of 2. I'm going to put it in the cups, and then I'm going to ask you to come over and grab a 1 and a 2. I'll write on it. And what you're going to do, listen, you're going to take your cups back to your desk. You are going to write down solution 1. What makes solution 1 different than solution 2? So just by observing first, I want you just to use your observation skills first before you actually taste, okay? So I'm going to go ahead. First, I'm going to put a little bit of 1.
A little bit of what?
A little bit of
Oh,
one.
one. That's what she said. And when you give the cup to us, are we actually drinking it or just looking at it?
No, we're actually drinking.
You're going to observe it before you taste. Okay? So,
Observe if it's poison or not.
okay. So there's 2 and there's 1.
This is A and a B, so we're drinking 4 things.
Okay. So the next part is for you to do some scientific observations. Okay, so now everyone's had a chance to observe and to taste. And in your similarities and differences, what did you say about the difference? What did you say about solution 1?
I said that solution 1 was darker. It was more like stronger,
Sweeter.
and it smelled like Kool-Aid.
Okay, smelled like Kool-Aid. All right, solution 2. What did you say, Fernando?
I said it's not taste like anything, and it's got a lighter color.
Okay, it doesn't really taste like anything, and it has a lighter color.
Since you put 1 scoop.
Okay, and Emmanuel.
For number solution 1, I put it was darker and it was denser in smell. It was sweet and it smelled good.
And it smelled good. Okay, Oliver, what did you say?
I said the solution 1 was really sweet and it had a dark taste to it and had kind of a tangy taste. And for solution 2, I said it was watered out and kind of a light pink color.
Interesting. It was watered out. What word might go with watered out?
Watered down.
Dilute or diluted, right? It's more diluted or
Concentration.
or
Concentrated.
Let me switch this out, or concentrated, right? So diluted or concentrated, yes?
Yeah.
Okay, so what does concentrated do you think mean? Wait a
It's stronger.
Stronger, that's a good one.
And in the case of number 1, it's stronger.
It's stronger in what?
Sweetness.
Sweetness. It was also stronger in
No.
smell, right? Okay, yes, Emmanuel?
Concentrated, I think, means also like it's like very strong and it's like denser in smell.
Okay, good. So the word concentration means It refers to the amount of solute dissolved into a volume of solvent. So write that down. On the next page, you're going to write the word concentration. Concentration. Concentration is, it refers to the amount of solute dissolved in a volume of solvent. So, concentration refers to the amount of solute dissolved in a volume of solvent. Yes?
Yeah.
Okay. So the more solute dissolved in a given amount of solvent, so the more solute dissolved in a given amount of solvent, the more concentrated the solution is, right? The more powder you have, right? The more solvent, the more solute dissolved into a solvent is more concentrated. Yes, yes? Okay. Now, whoops. So, all dissolved, right? And did they look relatively the same? Ish. One was much darker though, right? Because it was what? Concentrated.
And it had
Yes.
more powders.
All right. So now we're moving on. We are going to make 2 more soft drink mixes, solutions. This time we're going to have the same amount of drink powder, but a different amount of water in each pitcher. So we're going to have the same amount this time of solute, but a different amount of solvent. Okay? All right. So now, here we go. We're going to change this up now.
Drinky.
All right. So now we're going to have A. And we're going to have B. So now what I'm going to do is take 1. No, I'm going to put 2 scoops, 2 25 milliliter scoops of soft drink mix. So that's going to be the same. Yes?
Yeah.
All right. In this one, I'm going to put 1,000 milliliters of water. And this one is only going to be 500 milliliters of water.
That's kind of very sweet. That's it?
It's gonna be.
Now we're going to take 500 milliliters of water in here.
That's not gonna be so sweet.
So now I want you to predict which container or which solution is going to be more concentrated.
Right?
I think it's gonna be B.
So write it down on your paper in a complete sentence. I think
On the right side, this side.
on either side. You're making your prediction. Okay, I'm making sure it's really mixed up. Dissolved.
I'm not 500 mil, it's gonna be more sweet if you add a little bit of water.
Oh, very good, very good. You guys are
I said B because there's less
okay.
water.
Because
Okay.
last time we added 1,000 to each, we added less, but this time we added 16,
Right.
but less.
Okay. So now let's look at okay. So here's A, solution A. Here is solution B. Now, I'm going to walk around and let you take a look at the difference.
Oh, wow.
Okay?
B is a lot vibrant.
All right. So, you have now all had a chance to taste solution A, solution B. You've had a chance to observe it, smell it, taste it, right?
Yep.
All right. So, going back to the focus question.
Whoa.
Are all solutions made with soft drink mix powder and water the same?
No.
Okay, so now what you're going to do is go back to answer the focus question. And in your focus question, you are going to include these words in your explanation.
All of them?
Yep. Should be able to quite easily. As you go through and answer the question,
Okay.
here are your academic vocabulary words to use to explain the difference between the two. Remember what in 1 and 2, it was the same amount of water, different amounts of soft drink mix. Yes? Okay. Oh. So 1 and 2. Then A and B. Okay. So going back to the focus question. You're using what you know and what we learned, and you're using academic vocabulary to answer the focus question. So go back to the focus question. We've already written down the definition for concentration, but now you're using the vocabulary words and your experience to answer the focus question. Okay? All right. Now, okay, Emmanuel, share with us what you wrote for your focus question.
Okay, so are all solutions made with soft drink powder and water the same? No, because the amount of solvent also changes the concentration in the drink, so it becomes sweeter or it may become lighter.
Beautiful. Fernando, what did you say?
Are all solutions made with soft drink powder? No, because when you put a different amount of stuff or ingredients, and it tastes the same. It tastes the same every time you put a different amount of ingredients.
It is.
Wait a minute. It should be the solutions differ in concentration. So the solutions differ in concentration. Now listen, 2 ears. Solutions with a lot of solid are more concentrated. Solutions with less solid are dilute. That's how you use the words in a response. Yes?
Yes.
Okay, do you have 1 second to make sure you have that down?
Yes.
Yeah.
They're different because they differ in concentration. The more powder you have, the more concentrated it is.
I think
All right. Thank you.